Hello, everybody. It's Manoli here, back with another musing. Manoli's musing, people. Spread the word, tell your friends, talk about me, support this going on. Oh, look at me. I'm trying to solicit you here. Why don't I just take it back a bit? Why don't I get into the show and then you can decide whether or not you like it or not? How about that, huh? Leave it up to you. Leave it up to the people. Why not? Why not? I do this. I live but to serve y'all. That's all I got to say. I live but to serve my people, my fans, my family. Anybody who's listened to this, I love you. I mean it. I love you. Well, most of you anyway. Anyway, um, what's going on, people? How you doing? Everything good? Everything hunky dory? You're getting it done? You're checking the boxes? You're moving on? You're having a good time? I hope so. I really do. I do hope so. So where do I begin? Huh? What's going on? A lot's been going on, actually. I had my first full week of work this past week. It went well. Very good. Trying to get back into the groove, get back into the saddle, you know, trying to knock it out. It's going so far so good. The people are wonderful. It's a great place to work. One of the days they had free food trucks come in. It was fantastic. I mean, they were giving out lobster rolls. It was amazing, I have to say. What a nice place to work. I mean, they're just giving them away. It was fantastic. But it was for they wanted to do an event because the CEO was retiring, so they did that for us, and it's a good, nice thing to have on my first week, I have to say. So, I mean, I love lobster rolls. I mean, who doesn't love a lobster roll? Although some of these places you go, they give you like two pieces of lobsters and a whole bunch of bread and mayo, and that ain't the way to do it. You got to get the real lobster roll. It's got to have a lot of lobster in it. You got to do it the right way. But some of these places, and they some of them they're even worse. They give you a shrimp roll. Yeah, shrimp roll. I mean, shrimp is. I mean, I want a lobster roll. I don't want a shrimp. I mean, I like shrimp, but why would I get a shrimp roll? It's like admitted defeat. You just admit you lose. It's like, oh well, I won't get the lobster. I'll get the shrimp. Really? Get the lobster roll. And then some of them they want to mix them together, right? Lobster and shrimp roll. I'm not having that. This place was great. They just had lobster roll. They had New England style, and they had a style that was warm and the butter. Just like regular lobster. That's what I had. It was very good. Yeah, it was fantastic. What a nice place, huh? And yeah, how about that? The other day I went to the beach, right? I have to say I don't go to the beach often. I live 20 minutes from the beach, which I think is why I don't go often because it's right there. It's like, who wants to go? It's like you got to go there, you got to find the parking. It's like 800,000 degrees, and there's all kinds of people around. And I don't know. It's like, I feel like it's more trouble than it's worth. You could just hang out somewhere else. Why do you got to go all the way to the beach? But my friend was in town. My friend Courtney, she was here. She said, "You want to go to the beach with us?" I said, "Well, I guess I will." Okay, why not? If I'm invited, I will go. I will say that. But it's very rare that I go on my own accord. It's just I don't know. It's like you got to go all the way out there. You get all sandy. You got to worry about bringing a towel, and you don't want to get sand in your car. But they had somebody who was driving them, and I don't even know why this person was doing it. Like, this is somebody's driving us. I'm like, oh, okay. So I went. Anyway, so I went to the beach, and it's a good time. I appreciate the invite. It was fun. I'm laying there in the sand. I'm trying to get some sun. I'm relaxing, peaceful, and then I feel something hit me. Right, it's something hit me. I'm like, I don't know what that is. And it happens again. I look over, and there's this girl. She may have. I mean, this little girl. She may have been 6 or 7 years old, and she's just throwing this handfuls of sand at me. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, whose child is this? it was so fun. I mean, just the gall, the nerve, the confidence to do that. I admired it. It was hilarious. I wasn't upset. I thought it was hilarious. I was just looking at her, and she looks at me, and she just sticks her tongue out at me, and it goes about her business. It was the funniest thing. I mean, just totally unprovoked. I'm just sitting there, and this little girl decided to throw sand at me. I'm like, whoa. It's like, well, why? Why is this happening? It's like, well, why do kids do this? They just do things to do it. It's like this. It was just very funny. And then I'm like, well, why do kids do this? They just do things to do them, right? You don't even know why. It doesn't even make any sense. Like a total stranger, you just throw stuff at them because I don't know. I guess you can get away with it. And then my mind's wandering. I'm like, that's so weird. Why would you do that? And I remembered when I was about her age, 5, 6, maybe 7. I remember one time I was in the movie theater. I don't know what I was seeing. I couldn't tell you. I didn't even know where it was. But I do remember I had my straw and I was shooting spitballs at people. Just no reason, just shooting them at people in front of me. There was this older lady in front of me. For some reason I aimed at her, and I kept hitting her. I don't know why. There's no reason. She didn't do anything to me. None of these people did anything to me. I was just I don't know. I was a kid, and I decided that that person needed to have spitballs shot at him. And at one point, I knew she felt it because she reached for the back of the poor lady. She reached for the back of her head. She started looking around. I think I stopped after that. I felt bad, but then my wheels start turning. It's like, what if this little girl is this old lady? She's reincarnated into this girl. I don't even believe in reincarnation, but it's just you're laying on the beach, your mind starts to go these places. It's like this is, or maybe it was just some kind of cosmic retribution for this old lady that my childhood self antagonized at the movie theater. Poor old lady, she was trying to watch a movie, and this punk, this young Manoli, this creep, he's shooting spitballs at her, and then maybe somehow, maybe it was her granddaughter. She was somehow informed this little girl that I had done that, so she got revenge on me by just throwing a bunch of sand at me. So it's just interesting what happens, your mind starts going. Anyway, after that happened, I was like, I think I laid out for like an hour and a half. I'm like, all right, I'm done. Like, where are you going? I'm like, I don't know. It's like, how long am I going to sit here for, I'm just sitting here. Yeah, what are you going to do? But anyway, so I go to this, they have a little beach bar, right? I go to the beach bar, and I'm thinking, what would be good? A mojito. That would really hit the spot. It's a hot day. I haven't had one in so long, and it's like you're at the beach, so it makes sense, right? Well, I go to order a mojito, and guess what, people? There's no mint. There's no mint in this country. There's no mint in this world. What is going on with the mint? There is a mint crisis. People want to talk about gas prices and oil and all the other shortages. I mean, I think this should be priority number one. I really do. This mint shortage. Nobody's talking about it. I said, you know what? There's a mint shortage in this country, and not one person's talking about it. Well, I'm going to talk about it right here on this. This is my platform, people. My soapbox is bring back the mint. You know what I'm saying? That if I run as a politician, there will never be. Every bar will have mint in it. Every bar will have mint in it. I promise you that. That's my campaign. That's my platform. Bring back the mint. I got to make it catchier. I got to make it catchier. Yeah, I don't know. Mint for all. America's mint captain. You will always have a mojito in Manoli's America. I assure you that. There will never be a mint shortage again. Yeah, I said, I talked about this before, right? It's just everywhere I go, I order one, there's no mint. Never, never. So I got a beer instead. I sat there and I was enjoying it, and yeah, and then we would go to this place, right? This establishment, and these people, they were pressuring me. They're like, "Oh, you got to get this drink." I'm like, it's like this big. It's like they put it in like a bowl, and you're drinking it. And I'm like, I don't really want to do this. I don't really like sweet things. I think I'll just stick to my Modelo, why do I got, I'm not a sweet, like a fruity drink kind of guy. As I say, as I try to order a mojito, but that's a little bit different. But, when you start putting in like the sugar and all the vodka and stuff like that, it's like, I don't know. I don't really want to do it. But then I did it because, I succumbed to the pressure, I suppose. And, I did that, and it was pretty good, pretty good, you know. And then we went back, and that was the end of that. So yeah, it was a good excursion to the beach. I appreciate the invite. Um, what else has been going on? So, Kenobi ended. Obi-Wan Kenobi, the mini series that had its final episode, and I have to say, I think it sucked the landing. I really did. I liked it all. I liked it before that, but the last episode was really good. It was very good. I still don't understand. I mean, I understand that in Star Wars, people rarely stay dead. Okay, I do understand this. Darth Maul, they had him survive getting cut in half, so really anything's on the table. Um, Maybe Count Dooku will come back. His head will be on the robot body, but anyway. But at the end of the last episode, episode 5, Reva, the Inquisitor, she gets stabbed in the gut by Darth Vader and left for dead. There's nobody here to help her. How in the hell did she survive to the next episode? There is no way. I'm sorry. It's like Darth Vader stabs you and you survive. That never happened. But you know what? I guess it's not that important. For whatever reason, I think she should have stayed dead. That's really my only complaint with the episode is that I don't see. I mean, I guess they had to have her to have some kind of final showdown. Yeah, it was just very weird that she was there to begin with. I'm like, why is she alive? But once again, Darth Maul survived getting cut in half, and Anakin survived getting burned by lava. So I guess anything goes. Beyond that, I actually thought they did a good job with her that episode. Um, yeah, but I mean, the real important stuff was Obi-Wan and Vader, and that showdown was fantastic. I mean, you saw Obi-Wan, and at the beginning of the series, he was weak. He wasn't necessarily weak. He hadn't used the Force in a long time. He's trying to hide. He was unsure of himself. His connection with the Force was weakened, and then by this episode, I mean, he was back. He was in full form. He did the whole stance and everything. He said, "I will do what I must," which is what he said, 20 something years ago. I mean, I got chills when he started beating on Darth Vader. And Vader got the upper hand for a little bit, but then Obi-Wan, he got in touch with the Force. And after that, it wasn't even close. I mean, Obi-Wan he threw those rocks at him. He cut him. He cut him. He broke his respirator. He ripped his mask in half. I mean, once Obi-Wan got in touch with the Force, it was not even close, which is why he was able to beat Darth Maul this for the second time at like 3 seconds flat, basically, and kill him once and for all. It's like Obi-Wan's connection with the light side of the Force is so strong. I thought it really came across that way because, I guess if he beat Anakin, before, why couldn't he beat Vader, right? And, Vader was not as strong as Anakin was, so I guess it makes sense. But then, it's kind of weird because he had a chance to kill Vader, but he left him for dead because, of course, Vader's in the movies, so we couldn't very well kill him there. But anyway, it was interesting. But the scene between the two of them, where Obi-Wan's talking to Anakin, and Anakin's like, you hear like half of Anakin's voice and half of Vader's voice, and and then Obi-Wan just has like tears in his eyes. I mean, really good acting for both of them. It was actually very sad. I mean, I watched it twice, and it was just very emotional for poor Obi-Wan. Great acting by Ewan McGregor, and then so yeah, that was like the climactic showdown. Basically, was Obi-Wan and Vader again. But I liked the scene where Obi-Wan said goodbye to Leia. And of course, the tied into A New Hope with "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope." And then what I really liked was at the very end, he had Vader was talking to the Emperor. I love the Emperor. I think he's a great character, and Ian McDiarmid just I mean, he was born to play that role, and I'm glad that he came back to do it, even if it was for 30 seconds of screen time at the end. I mean, just very menacing, as always, just knocked it out the park. So you had that, and then you had Obi-Wan. I like that he got to meet Luke for the first time, and of course he said hello there, which is the line, right? And everyone loves. I mean, everyone was hoping that he would say it, right? It's like hello there. That's the line, and he said it to Luke, and it was perfect. We were all waiting for it, and they finally delivered on that line. And then Qui Gon, he got to talk to Qui Gon at the end. So I mean, what more could you want from this series? I mean, you had Vader back, you had Obi Wan back, you had uh, I mean, you had Qui Gon, the Emperor. It was you got to see the Inquisitors in live action. I mean, it was. I think it was a great series. I really do. You know, not all. I mean, some things didn't quite make so much sense. Like how could Grievous survive, and why didn't Obi Wan kill Vader? But when you really look at the big picture, does it really matter? I don't think so. So I like the show. I thought they did a good job with it, and I'm glad it wasn't a movie because a movie it's 2 hours and it's over. This was a show. It had 6 episodes, and so it's like what 5 hours or so of content. I was pretty happy, but yeah. I hope I, I should. I guess I should have said spoilers, but if you haven't seen it by now, I guess you're not going to see it. So whatever. Um, I also saw the new Jurassic World movie, and I liked it. I really was not a fan of the last one that they made. This number five. I just didn't like it. I didn't feel like it was. It just didn't seem like it fit that universe very well. But this movie, I thought, did a better job of bringing it back. And I'm going to talk about it. So spoiler alert. But I mean, do you really care? I don't. I don't care. So I'm just going to talk. Dr. Grant was in it, and Dr. Sattler and Dr. Malcolm, and that really made it for me. I just wanted to see those three, together, interacting with each other, all of that. And I love the fact that they finally let Dr. Grant and Dr. Sattler get together. I mean, my goodness, I don't even know why they had her marry that guy in that one movie all that time. I mean, why did they even do that? Why couldn't they be married, Dr. Grant, Dr. Sattler? So I'm glad that they fixed that. It's really bothered me for the past, you know, 30 years, even though I'm only 22 years old, but since the first one came out, they should have ended up together. I mean, that was the implied ending, right? When they're on the helicopter at the end of the first one. And yeah, but overall, I like the movie. I like that they used all kinds of different dinosaurs. It wasn't just the T Rex and the Velociraptor, which, we've seen so much of. I mean, they had a good variety. They brought back the Dilophosaurus, the one with the venom, and I thought that was great. I really love the fact that that killed Dachshund because it's the same one that killed Nedry in the first movie, and it was kind of poetic justice that Nedry got killed by a Dilophosaurus and so the Dachshund. Which, by the way, I don't know if you've read the Jurassic Park novel by Michael Crichton. It's really good. It's one of my favorite novels that I've read. As far as fiction goes, and I really enjoy it. I mean, just I think it's better than the actual movie, the first movie. I mean, they're different, but I mean, the novel's just really well written. It's a lot more violent, and you get to learn more about the characters. And I mean, there's some differences. Some people live and some people die, but I really would recommend the novel if you like that at all. Um, Absolutely read the novel. But in the novel, like Nedry's death is just horrifying because it's told from his point of view. So he's like blinded by this venom, and he can like it's really disturbing. He can like feel the dinosaur like clawing at him. I mean, it's just you have to read it. So just read the novel, okay? Read the book. Just do what I tell you, okay? How about that? If I say read the book, read the book. But no, this recent one was good. I mean, good variety of dinosaurs. I like that they had a couple that were more bird-like because that's been a big complaint against those movies for a long time. It's like, well, the raptors were more bird-like than they were lizard-like, and because everybody's got to complain about something. So I'm glad they kind of acknowledged that because some of the dinosaurs were more, they have the feathers and the claws, as opposed to being, lizard-like, which I don't know. I mean, why do people go back and forth on this? Were they lizards or birds? Or were they both? I don't know. Nobody can give me a straight answer on this. So if you're a paleontologist, I would like to know. I would like to know. I'm not going to look it up because I don't have time for that. But I would like to know: were they closer to lizards or birds? Was it different from dinosaur to dinosaur? I would like to know this. Okay, there's your homework. Like anybody's going to tell me, but it's okay. Eventually, I'll look it up and I will know for sure. But otherwise, the movie was pretty good. I thought. I mean, my mother really didn't like it, so she was like talking it down, and maybe my expectations were like really low because the way she was talking about, I mean, I was like scared to go in there. I'm like, oh, I mean, what? How bad could it be, right? So maybe that was why I liked it, but I did like it. Some of the stuff I didn't like, all that cloning business with that girl. I mean, it's just, and of course that came from the last movie, which I didn't like at all. So all of that stuff and Blue having that baby, I mean, it was just stupid. I have to say that kind of stuff was dumb, but otherwise, I guess it was fine. Like I said, they had the three back and they had good dinosaurs, which really, I mean, what more could you want? It's a Jurassic Park movie you go to see. People get eaten by dinosaurs, and that's what we got. So I was happy. Yeah. What else? What else is going on? I had to go up to the town of Sumter this past couple of days ago for some business, uh, which is it's about an hour and a half from where I live. Small town. Anyway, I'm there, and I was doing my thing, and I'm leaving. I'm going back. Right. I stop at the gas station, and I really have to go to the bathroom, but I'm going to stop at this little gas station. I'm going to go in there. Proceed to go in. What do you know? Bathrooms closed. Both of them out of order. All right. No big deal, right? So, I don't know. I was kind of thirsty. I always feel bad just using the bathroom without getting anything. I mean, I know it's a gas station, it doesn't really matter, but still, I figured, I'll buy something. I'm thirsty anyway. I'll just buy something here. Anyway, proceed to. I get a Coke Zero. I really don't drink that much soda, but sometimes when I'm driving or I'm on the road, it's like when I'm driving, I don't have any more coffee. It's like I'll get a Coke Zero. Anyway, I mean, how bad for you can it be? It's only zero. I mean, it has 0 calories. I mean, what? I understand it's the chemicals and stuff, but I figure if you drink one a month, it's not so bad, which is about what I average. So anyway, I don't know why I'm justifying myself to you people, but oh, because we're your adoring listeners, Manoli, and we care about you. All right, fine. Anyway, I go to get a Coke Zero, right? I'm paying. The lady is like totally absent. I mean, I don't know who was working this thing. She's just totally absent. I mean, she like rings it up and then she just stands there. She's doing stuff in the back and I'm like, all right. So I put my credit card in and I'm waiting and it says, all right, you good to go. And I take it out. I start to walk off and she sees me. Hey, hey, hey. I'm like, what? She's like, hey, like you gotta pay for that. I'm like, excuse me. It's like, lady. Um, First of all, I did pay. If you were paying attention, you would have noticed that. Wasn't anybody else in the store? I don't know what you were doing. Uh, but yeah, I did pay, and it's kind of insulting that you couldn't even whoever runs the store couldn't even have the bathroom working properly, and then you want to accuse me of stealing a $2 Coke Zero. Like I don't get the logic here, but I didn't say anything. I'm like I paid. She's like, oh, okay. It's like, yeah, like I'm sorry, I need to steal this Coke Zero. So there you go. Why did I even buy it? Why did I do that? I don't even know. It's like no good deed goes unpunished, right? But I digress. That's how it goes. That's how it goes, people. What else is going on? I don't know, Manoli. Why don't you tell us? It's your show. We got a dog, by the way. My little brother's been begging for a dog, Leo. He's 6. He wants a dog, so we got him one. A Maltipoo, Astro. I named him. Um, like the Jetsons. Cute little dog. I mean, adorable. He's a puppy, so he's a little crazy. He likes to nip at people and that kind of thing. But adorable dog, and he's running around. He likes to tear up my shoes, and he is sweet. He's a cute dog. He sleeps a lot. I mean, this dog is lazy. Either he'll be running around like a maniac, or he'll just be sleeping forever. Just sit there and just sleep and sleep and sleep. I'm like, wow. But very cute dog, I have to say. They picked a good one. And of course, I picked a good name because, Manoli here, my taste is impeccable, people, okay? I mean, really, it's like, I like, my favorite show is like The Sopranos, I mean, this is, I know what I'm talking about. I like The Sopranos, I like Verdi, I like Mozart, I like Monteverdi, I like Maria Callas. I mean, I have impeccable taste. I like Cabernet Pinot Noir. I don't like Merlot because it's disgusting. Um, I like Scotch. I think I know what I'm talking about. I really do. But then people, some of the things I don't like. It's like I don't know. Some things that people really like. I think I like it. I think I just like to dislike it. Because I want to be contrarian, right? It's like I don't know. I heard somebody was playing some live band somewhere. I don't know where it was. They were playing live music, and then they did Imagine. It's like I'm like, really? Isn't this the worst song ever written? I mean, really? Do people actually like that song and listen to it? Imagine all the people. It's like the worst song I ever heard in my life. It's just I don't know. It's like why do I have to hear this? And then the other thing with music is like, oh, everyone, the operas people, right? They're like, it was so and so was so much better than so and so. It's like so and so couldn't even sing it the right way. They're out of tune. They couldn't sing the written stuff. It's like really they were better. I don't even, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think they sang it, but whatever. I mean, did you really sing the Queen of the Night when you transposed the arias down? I don't think so. If you want to figure out who that is, I'll be happy to tell you, but I'm not going to say it on the air because Manoli's trying to keep the peace here. But um, yeah, and then the other thing is like, yeah, some composers I just don't like. Meyerbeer, I mean, the worst music ever written. Gounod is awful. Berlois, terrible. And most of the modern composers I don't like. But people really get defensive about Schubert. It's like I just don't get it. I mean, somebody please tell me what's so great about this man. The songs is just it's just boring. It's slow and I don't know. Somebody please tell me what I'm missing with Schubert. Okay, I don't understand it. If people they get really upset when I talk about Schubert. It's like I'm sorry. I just find him boring. My poor voice teacher. He's like, why don't you sing a Schubert on your recital? I'm like, I am not singing Schubert on my senior recital. I refuse to do it. He's like, why? It's like I don't like him. Oh, that poor guy. I was just like, I don't like him. I can't explain it. Some people like things and some people don't like things, and that's just how life works. Which is what my little brother said when he was all of 5 years old. Wise kid, isn't he? He is smart. Um, yeah, I mean, things are going along. And it's just Manoli here rambling along per usual. Just trying to share my thoughts here, my thoughts and my feelings, and people sometimes they want to come after me. To all of that. It's just I don't know. I don't know, people. It's like I got opinions just like everyone else, but I don't understand it. It's like I personally, I think that I don't know that people. Oh, why don't you watch The Office? It's like, what? Do I really have time to entertain mediocrity? I don't think so. Oh, oh, that's gonna rile some people up. How could you not like The Office? How could you like it? I don't understand it. I watched the whole first season. I didn't even crack a smile. It's like this is the funniest show on the air. It's like, is you ever watched The Honeymooners or Curb or I don't know. I feel like there's funnier shows and Friends. I mean, my goodness. I mean, really, Friends. I don't understand. I mean, comedy is subjective. I understand, but I also think I have good taste. I know what I'm talking about. He is so humble, people. The humility for me is just astounding, right? I mean, I Clearly, I'm just a very humble man, but I'm messing here, people. Come on, do you really take this seriously? I mean, I'm just rambling along. Things I say, I'm just saying it to say, they shouldn't take it seriously. I have no credentials whatsoever. I mean, if you really think I know what I'm talking about, then I don't know. If you haven't figured it out by now, I don't know much of anything. In fact, if I remember what the wise Greek philosopher, let me say that again, the Greek philosopher Socrates said, the only thing I know is that I know nothing. And another person said, you know nothing, Jon Snow. Well, my point is that everyone has an opinion, that all opinions are valid, but mine are the right opinions, so you should listen to me. No, of course, have your own opinions. Be your own person. I've said that before. Be your own person. I think on that note, I think I'm going to wrap it up here, and I'll talk to you very soon. And have a great week. Have a good day, and cheers, and all of that. And I will see you very soon. So, with that, Manoli is out. Goodbye.